God, that clip brought back so many memories of Elizabeth. When we finally got a chance to do that movie, it was about 16 years to get it made because we never could get any support for the film. Once I got the money, obviously I wanted Elizabeth to be a part of it, but she was really too young to be my mother and older to be my daughter's wife. And I kept saying, well, where do I put Elizabeth? She said, I have to put her in the movie. I can't make this movie without Elizabeth, you know. And the part that she played was not written for a woman. It was, written for a miliciano. And she had always told me when we met many years ago, doing the first time, and I'm going to read a few words, but I'm trying. We worked on a play together many years ago, and she told me she always wanted to play this character that was a woman that fought alongside Fidel Castro, named Tanya la Guerrillera. So I always had that in the back of my mind, that she found this character to be fascinating, and she had done a lot of research on her. So I said, let's put Elizabeth in this part, which had to be a part that, that was a very powerful part. And knowing Elizabeth's character, I could have think of no one else better to play that part. I mean, it brought the element of the powerful woman in that moment in time in Cuban history, but also having Elizabeth there with me was such a treasure. And when I called her about the part, I said, Elizabeth, I have this part. It's just one scene in the movie, and she said, I don't care. It's one scene in the movie. And I said, it's your movie. And I said, okay, but you will. I said, are we going to do the scene together? And I said, yes. It's me and you and Bill Murray. And she says, you better be careful. And I said, I know. And she came out, and she just came out all, gangbusters right from the start in that scene, and just took control of the scene, and she was so wonderful. I was asked a lot when I was coming in here this evening about Elizabeth, and what, if I had any anecdotes of our life, of our relationship. And what came to mind to me was that Elizabeth was a walking anecdote. Her force of nature, any moment you spent with her immediately became a memorable moment in your life. No matter how many times you saw her, even if you saw her on a daily basis, if you happened to be working with her in a series, her energy and her warmth of spirit and her enthusiasm for life and for the work as an actor, and for you, her generosity was really contagious. And her sexuality, she was such a sexually vibrant woman, so comfortable in her own skin, and always interested in pranks and jokes. She's an extraordinary person, an extraordinary artist. And what a tremendous loss at such an early age. Those scenes are just indicative of her extraordinary talent, but it doesn't do justice to her body of work. It's such immense compared to that. She should be remembered forever. I'd like to read a couple things that I wrote in her eulogy that I'd like to share with you, since most of you weren't there, I would imagine. It was the saddest of days when we heard of the passing of our beloved Elizabeth. We were here not only to mourn her, but most importantly to celebrate her life. The Elizabeth that I knew would want a celebration. This is a fact, a party with her family and friends gathered together. It is my great privilege to be here to honor her tonight. And I know Elizabeth is here with you as she is always with me. I first met Elizabeth shortly after her performance in Leon Ichazo's El Super, and then later playing opposite her in a play in the late 70s in Los Angeles. From the moment I saw her, I immediately knew that she was special. Elizabeth, as I said, was a force of nature, an extraordinary artist, always daring, brave, and free. She was so beautiful and full of life and art. And she was a true friend. So passionate in her work, always truthful and sublime. Elizabeth, your artistry and your soul will live in all of us forever. You will continue to inspire us, as you always have. And you have inspired me with your gift from the very start, and I will continue to honor you. The Garcia family expresses their heartfelt sympathies to her family, and we will miss her deeply. I love you, and you will never be forgotten. Thank you very much.